I think each one of us as individuals, our identity, who we are, what does that mean? Like, what is our identity? Like, who are we? What makes us tick? What makes us care? What makes us care about the world? What makes us care about the people surrounding us? Those things are taught to us as we grow up. So, we have a lot of positive things that we get from our culture. I've always been interested in our local history, our First Nations history. I think where Treaty Days started was going back to the treaty signing process. Red Pheasant was established as a community, as a reserve in 1878. Treaty 6 was signed in 1876, but it took about 2 years for things to kind of settle down and First Nations to kind of choose the places that they would like to have their home community. And that's where Red Pheasant was surveyed in 1878. At that point in time, as they began to transition to reserve life after being freely roaming on the plains and hunting the buffalo. We always had large gatherings because we were spread out on the prairies. Come wintertime again, that was our time to kind of come back together again and gather again, strengthen ties. You had marriages between different bands, so that helped to strengthen your economy, strengthen your kind of your warrior societies, I guess, your protection. So it served a lot of purposes in those days, and we have a rejuvenation of our culture and our ceremonies, and these kinds of events that we put on like that help to keep that alive in our communities. And it gives our youth and our children something to look forward to. It shares the culture with them, revisiting old acquaintances, making new friends. I think it's just evolved, and so now recently we would usually have our Treaty Day maybe in May or June. And I got the idea looking at other First Nations throughout Alberta and Saskatchewan, where they actually turned it into 3, 4, 5-day celebrations, and they'll have concerts, maybe Tanya Tucker or something like that, and they bring somebody in and they'd have maybe a mini powwow, food concession booths. So it just kind of grew from there, I think. So I like that idea in other communities, and so I suggested, why don't we do something like that too? Around the same time, the chief had wanted us to do a rodeo. So we decided, well, why don't we kind of put these together and stretch Treaty Day out a little bit and have our powwow, rodeo, and the treaty payouts, the annuities. And so that's where that started with Red Pheasant anyways. It's just trying to create that atmosphere, celebration, Today, we have kind of 2 types of powwows. We have a traditional powwow, which tries to stay as honest, I guess, or trying to keep with the original intent. And then the other type of powwow is a competition powwow. So we've taken it to another level now, where we're competing. The best of the best are coming out and performing for the audience, performing for the powwow goers. If you get dancers, you're getting up around that 400 number, just dancers alone. And then their families are with them, their children, their parents, extended family, maybe 800 to 1,000 people attending. Could be a little more. The powwow goers are a dedicated bunch. It's just like rodeo people, concert goers. They're dedicated to what they like and what they love. So we have a lot of the same dancers coming to our community year after year. So this is an opportunity also to welcome people out of the communities into our powwow, into our community, and share some of our culture. I think that sometimes the opportunity isn't there, or people don't know that the opportunity is there to come out and interact with First Nations people, interact in the community. So now when you have something specific like a powwow, it gives people a reason to come out. It gives them an opportunity to go to your community and meet the people and see how laid back we are, you know, and how much we enjoy uh, just living and how much we enjoy people and interacting and practicing our culture. We refer to ourselves as a horse culture. Horses weren't indigenous to North America. The advent of the modern day horse, I think, was an introduction of the Spaniards, probably back in 1500s. Now with the horse, it gave you new powers, it gave you new abilities, it gave you strength. Now you could travel further distances. Now you could learn new influences from other cultures and areas that might not have been in your normal range. So it gave us more versatility. So, you know, the horse culture grew in our communities. In the reserve period, our people used those horses to break up the land, to cultivate the land, to harvest your crops. When farming became more mechanized and you had tractors and other equipment, I think horses probably became more of a recreational thing. And a lot of our people gone into chuck wagon racing, horse racing, rodeo, that kind of thing. So that's why I say we're from the horse culture, probably within the last 300 years, but it's become so important now to our communities. And so that kind of thing is passed on from generation to generation. And the good thing with our youth is they see these new opportunities. So it helps to direct them into positive things, because we know there's a lot of negative influences out there. And this is one thing that we help to keep our youth engaged through the horses and also through the powwow. So those are two things that are important to our communities. Continue working with the horses and with our culture. Yeah. Some kids may not have the opportunity to go to Calgary Stampede or go to Saskatchewan Exhibition. So we try and bring some of those events to the community, so at least the kids can experience those things. They can experience the excitement, experience organized sport, organized activities. It gives them opportunities, shows them that there are opportunities in life, and it shows them dedicated people coming into your community that are dedicated to powwow. They're dancers, they're athletes, they're artisans, they're artists, they're creatively expressing themselves. So we hope by bringing in those kinds of things into the community, it's going to influence our youth. Sharing our culture is important. It's growing, it's exciting, and we're proud to share our culture and proud to share our home community and just give our best